Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I want to show you guys a little piece of homemade gear here that I carry in my vehicles in the cold weather months, along with these cheap fuzzy blankets. I got a bunch of those fuzzy blankets a couple years back. They were about $8 a piece, and I make sure all our vehicles have one of those blankets in. But I also include one of these little pieces of gear along with it, and what they are is they're called a blanket pin. Now, you can get these. I know reenactors sell these quite a bit because they're kind of like a medieval cloak pin, Renaissance festival, whatever. But I actually make these out of just some heavy galvanized wire that I have out in my shop. And I was going to show you guys real quick how to use these, how you can basically turn one of these cheap blankets into a makeshift piece of clothing if something bad happens, you're stranded in your vehicle or whatever. But what you do is you take your blanket and you throw it over your shoulders like this, and you want to leave a little bit of slack out the back, and I'm going to explain why there in a second. Then you take the sharp portion of your pin and you push it through the one side of the blanket, like so. And then you do the same here on the opposite side. You push it through, and I like to do kind of like a double. Go through one and then go through another. Just holds it tighter, I guess. And then you're going to fold the blanket pin in on itself like so. And then, see if I can show you here, you're going to turn this. And now, it's going to look something like that. Now, that balled up blanket that you've pinned is going to just keep this on your shoulders, like so. And the reason why you want more slack out the back is because then you can pull it up over your head, and you basically turned it into a hood. Kind of in cramped space here, but hope you guys can see how that looks. But you can see there, that's what it looks like when it's pinned. And now the blanket is around your shoulders. It's not going to fall off, and you can actually use your hands or do other things while you have this blanket over your shoulders for some protection. And if you're using a wool blanket, wool will stay warm even if it's damp. So then you have, kind of that going for you too. But these blanket pins, how I make these is I take my heavy galvanized wire and I cut a length, I don't know, probably about 12 inches to start with. Then I cut another piece about 6 inches. I bend a loop around it and I crimp it off with a channel lock, and then that forms my pin. And if you cut this at an angle, you've already got your rudimentary point there to push through. Then I take my foot-long piece and I bend it around the curved part on my vise. Then I take the channel lock and I bend over 2 lips on either side here to hold this guy in place. And that's basically all I do to make the pin. And then to sharpen this end up right here, I'll either hit this with a file a little bit to take the burr off this edge so it's not going to catch or cut anybody. And then for the sharp point, I actually have a fish hook sharpener, and I lay that in the fish hook sharpener, and then that's what makes my point sharp enough to poke through my blanket, and then that forms my blanket pin. And it's just one of those little pieces of gear that I throw in the vehicle along with the blanket. That way you got something to turn just a regular blanket into a piece of clothing that might be more beneficial if you're stranded out in your vehicle or something. But anyway, just wanted to show this to you guys and explain how I make these here. And like I said, it's one of those 5-cent projects that could come in handy if something bad happens. But anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys get a little information, a little entertainment out of my videos as always. You guys have a good one.